Well, Mark Albano is killing it. Happy
Good
to
job,
see
Mark.
the HumbleMechanic on the live. I agree. To both of you, what would you say was the big turning point of your business for the better, and what actions taken by yourselves made that possible? I know my answer.
Yeah, go lead the way on this one. I'm gonna.
For me, and I would say this for anyone who owns a business, but I think for me, it's one of the greatest life lessons I've learned. There was a point in 034 Motorsport up until about 2011, 2012, where I was very much focused on blaming other people for problems and issues. Interesting. And so if a customer had a problem with our product, my immediate reaction was to blame them for it. If we had operations issues, if we had ongoing problems, shipping or quality issues, it was always the employee's fault who made the mistake. I joined a CEO support group in 2012, and so I would go to them. We would have a meeting every month, and it was basically like Alcoholics Anonymous for business owners, right? It's just somewhere to go because nobody knows what you're dealing with. Nobody knows what it's like to have 40 employees. You go to family functions and nobody knows that, right? So you just end up not being able to talk to them. And so I would go there and be like, oh, you guys aren't going to believe what happened. This employee did this and this and blah, blah, blah. And so they would say, oh, that sounds like you have some terrible employees. Yeah, they're horrible. Who hired all these people? I'm like,
Damn.
Oh, come on. I mean, that's not.
This can't be my fault.
I mean, of course, I hire all the employees, but what does that have to do with anything? So, well, why don't you hire better people? Seriously? I'm trying to hire the best people I can. It's like, well, what do you do to hire people? And I'm just like, I don't know. If somebody doesn't have a job and they want to work really cheap, I just hire them. And then I hope they're going to learn how to do the job. It's just like, okay, so you're terrible at hiring. And maybe you should get better at hiring better people. And so for me, the biggest thing I would say for me and for anyone is personal accountability and take responsibility for the problems in your life. It's really easy to blame everybody else and to be outraged at how terrible life is, how terrible the government is, the laws, the internet, the people. You can point blame indefinitely.
Yep.
But at some point you say, well, what can I do to fix this problem? What can I do to take control of the situation? And once you start doing that, it completely flips problems in your life to opportunities to create something better. And that's really the way we look at everything at 034 now. Is every problem is an opportunity. It's a way for us to be better. And when a customer complains, it's an opportunity for us to be better. When someone trolls us substantively and criticizes us, we immediately look internally to see what can we do better. And we may not like the way they're treating us. We might not like, and then we don't have to. But there's always the focus on how do we take control of this by taking responsibility.
It's funny when you just make the distinct choice to start being accountable for everything that happens in your orbit.
Yeah.
It sounds really scary.
Terrifying.
But what happens is you take that accountability, you own it, and then you realize because you've taken that accountability and the ownership of that problem, you can now actually do something about it. Instead of saying, oh, my boss sucks, my coworker's terrible, these customers are idiots.
Yeah.
You actually have the authority within yourself to now fix or begin the journey of fixing
which is much less terrifying, right?
Yeah, because you can actually do something.
Imagine being able to influence the outcomes of your life in a way that's positive. That actually feels great.
Yep.
It's not scary at all. So that's a great point.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that story up because mine was sort of similar. It was midway in my dealership career. When I first started at the dealer, my goal was to be a VW Master Certified Technician. And so everything I did was focused around achieving that goal specifically. So I worked super hard, worked my eyeballs out, did every single thing I could to achieve that goal. And then one day I achieved that goal. And I thought that everybody would just be like, good job, Charles. That's really awesome. What I can tell you is no one cared.
Yeah.
Except me.
Right.
In fact, it was almost negative because now I would get oh, you're a master technician. What do you mean you don't know the answer to this random ass question that one person has ever thought of? So it really caused me to back up and realize, like, nobody else cares about whatever you got going on. It's all up to you. You're in control of this ship. Focus on your goal and work really hard, and understand that you also don't matter in this equation. If you're trying to do the thing, take care of someone's cars, be a good technician, you have to focus on what you provide to them. And when I started focusing on what I was providing to other people as a service in whatever capacity, it's similar to taking the accountability. I realized, like, okay, if I want more customers to come to me, I can do that. I have all the opportunity in the world to make that happen. And that was really like a light switch flip for me. And it came in that same vein of really understanding that it might not be my fault, but it's my problem.
Yeah.
And since it's my problem, I can provide the solution to figure it out. So yeah, if you're not at that point in your life and you can find a way to get there, it sounds corny as crap, but that is literally life-changing mindset to have. And it's cool. And I love it.
Yeah. And then the thought of not doing that is scary.
That's terrifying.
You're just like,
put your life in everyone else's hands.
We have to be able to, like, make improvements and improve ourselves, for sure.